So welcome, guys, on this Lana meeting gathering. I've been posting on Facebook and some groups about what we're doing, what we're building in the Lana economy, and um, yeah, got start getting the news more out on the social media as well as in our groups. That what we are building and moving this exciting story further on, which is really exciting. More you know about it, more you get excited. How how cool what we've been doing so far. Anyway, I'll give you a little bit of background before we start. What we're doing, what motivated me, and from the very beginning, and especially why I'm so interested about sustainability and working with the land, and bringing the value back to the land, back to the people. Um, my parents, they were farmers, but fact is, my father, he was a builder, like I have a builder's background, but he changed, and when I was around 5, 6 years old, and they moved to a farm. They bought a farm, and they moved to farm, and they started to farming. And as a young boy, I realized something that it was quite fascinating and stuck with me for quite a long time. I've been searching for the answer. What did they didn't do right, and what they did do good in the first year of growing, and couldn't achieve anything after, anything close to it. So the first year, so this farmland hasn't been cultivated for many years, so it was quite relaxed. So the first year when they started, everything was growing crazy good, and they had very good produce, and they've been able to buy a car in 1 year's produce, which was very unlikely. It's from like 100 square meter of spot. It's not even big, and I remember as a young kid, young boy, just like was wow, it's like paradise, Israeli, and everybody was happy. So I was good, but the years after, they just couldn't get that, and they started to fertilizing and bringing all that chemicals and everything to the land, and it just destroyed the land. And yeah, and that's what remained within me for a long time, and searching for what was wrong, and obviously I found the answer that it's when you're introducing these kind of uh, uh, farming methods, is just not, it there are much better ways, just to say the least. And I know that is not saying the easiest to farm in that way, but it's uh, much more healthier, not just for the land but for the people as well. When we farm, when we work with the land, as keeping the balance, keeping the ecosystem, the natural cycle all around, and that's what ancient people or people back in the past been able to do better than what we've been doing. But there is always a down, is a bright side of that, because we learn from our mistakes. So we are here to learn from that, from those mistakes, and we also, like, when you really grow with love, and know what you do and how to do, then of course that's a healing for the body, as we all know that what we eat is, that's what we become. So on that note, is that's part of the journey of life. So it's I was on a journey, on a spiritual journey for quite a while, and on that journey, about, when was it, 9 years ago, we met Josh in Thailand, and that was that was a spiritual journey also, when we met, and it's and yeah, ever since we've been doing different projects and working together on this field of finding solutions. And Josh, he has a background of finance and yeah, entrepreneurships and all that, and that's somehow this combination, and he's also very much interested into sustainability and nature, and yeah, he's living in his tiny house as I'm living in my tiny house, or tiny villa, as we say.
I have two Eastern villas, actually.
No, well, I have two too, in different countries. So,
Joke.
yeah, you have the luxury of like moving like from one to another.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That was a joke,
I don't have that yet, but yeah,
But probably your villa is comparing to mine. I have two, but they all together cost like maybe 4,000 euros. Probably yours is much more expensive from that
a little
perspective.
bit more expensive. Yes, that's true. So a little bit also bigger, but yeah, that's also cool. So yeah, it's living with nature and cooperating, co-working with nature. Hello, Steve. Is also is part of what we're doing and why we're doing it. So to bringing Lana is just saying in one sentence is harmonizing the current financial system with Lana. So is Lana as harmonizing? It's almost like the counterbalancing force, because the current financial system is just not in the best place, and that's what put Joshua actually on his journey to find a solution that is actually works for all of us. And that's that's what we found last year. And when we got that, is literally we started to build basically the infrastructure. And yeah, Joshua is very much into this, and he knows he built several businesses from scratch to up to multi-millionaire business worth businesses, and in finance and IT. And yeah, he's doing a let's say it's a very good job so far. So uh, so that is where we are. And last year we built a very stable infrastructure, and we started um, to move towards what we been thinking for a long time. And it's actually we tested this system back in 2018 in Slovenia, a new type of system, but yeah, there was some missing links at that time, so we couldn't proceed. And that's what we have right now with the decentralized currency, and that's part of it. But that gives us or gave us the opportunity and the possibility to have all the pieces on the board, so we've been able to put this together. So so that's on that side. And how we what is the most exciting thing, and that's what is coming now, um, is the Lana Pays Us, where we would be able to support uh, basically farmers, organic growers, um, whoever is on the sustainable side. So we're going to expand that, but we're starting because the most important thing is food, and the connection to the land, and how we treat food as general, because that's also, in my opinion, has been thrown out of the window or really out of balance. As I said before, is like what we eat, who we become, and yeah, it's most of us, we are not even aware of what we eat, or most of the people, um, and where it comes from. So that's a very exciting thing, because through Lana and this beautiful game what we created, it enables us to literally be able to support people who's really bringing value to this human experience on planet Earth, from every corner, every angle. And that is so beautiful, and where we able to support not just the growers, but even the shoppers, whoever is participating in this story. and that is coming together. And within a few weeks, it's going to be available. For those of you who are not in Lana yet, is let me tell you. So we have this. We take everything from nature, because one of the thing, and that's what's one of our mostly known enlightened person on lived in planet Earth, Buddha. He took everything from nature, and everything is in nature, because we are nature. We created nature in the first place, and nature doesn't lie. So when you observe nature, and this is why also cool to live close to nature, because you got so much more ideas, and these ideas aren't really our ideas. Oh, it is, but it isn't. From the other sense, it's already here. So we took the idea of splitting a cell, or how every living organisms it grows from one cell to uh, millions, trillions of cells, and that's the idea of the Lana infrastructure and the growth. So every time um, it grows, it's doubling its value, and we have a very good existing system, which I'm very proud of, because we can compare it to something. Because if we cannot, then it would be pointless to say that it's doubled its value. So it's but at the moment, because we have the existing um, um, fiat currency, the existing money what we use in England is pound, that is giving us the mirror, so we can counterbalancing, we can counterforcing, we can mirror that, and we can say it's like the value will grow towards what we want in we want to support. So as the current financial system is not supporting as such, especially the farmers, and where it's the most support, I believe it's needed. Then obviously, Lana will do that. So that is exciting, and from as it grows. So as I said, it's with every split happens. When it's going to happen. Up to split 4, we are at split 4, and we're stepping into split 5. We kind of made it in a way that it happened every 3-4 months. It was constructed in that way, but now we are just going through that, aligning with that new idea, where it's going to grow as natural. So we are not controlling it anymore. And when a split happens, so a cell obviously doubles. So in nature, yeah. So that's how it grows from one single cell. It doubles. And it starts to grow, and that's the same principle what we applied for Lana too. So, and that is and in nature, it's everything is grows by itself. Uh, and when you observe that, is it's fascinating. It doesn't require energy. It's in fact it's gaining energy from where, and this is the one thing that it doesn't seem works in our human society, especially not with the money. Another way to say that, and I like that metaphor, is money is like air, and if we take it as air, if we can breathe as air, because it's infinitely around, then we not struggle, but we always struggle with money. And why is that? It shouldn't be, because money is just an exchange of value, and we all have value to give. And when that comes in place, then everything it becomes easy. So the Lana splitting system allows us, all of us, to live through that. Especially the Lana 8 one there is, because that's exactly teaching us to breathe like air. So it's all around and it's always available. But eventually, it's like the whole Lana system is built in a way that everybody will have that kind of um, experience to breathe money as air, or the exchange, the value, as I said, because it's ultimately it's value. and that's the whole point of Lana, really. So yeah, that's in nutshell, let's say, in a way that what it goes. And in a few weeks, we're going to be in place and start experimenting, start testing this new payout system, new consumer system, where people will be able to buy from local farmers, and they will get benefits. So basically, it's like everybody. So let's say the farmer comes and wants to sell their produce, and then Lana will support that farmer. The farmer will sign up for Lana, and every time he sells through Lana, then he will get 20% of on top of his selling price through Lana, that he can choose to get as cash or paid in Lana, whichever he will choose. He will get it that way, and also the shopper, they will also get 20% on that. They will receive a Lana card, something like this. We already have made some prototypes, and they work. So this going to be something that the shop, the farmer or the shop will give to the customers, and they will receive 20% of their shopping on that card, which they can after a few days, because that's a discount they will get. So they will be able to buy through that card. When they come back to the shop, they can buy more produce, or they can keep that coins on their card up to £50 worth, and then they can either upgrade to Lana 8 Wonder, whichever they choose, or simply just spend it. Okay, so that's the idea on this, and that's how we're going to build it, or it's going to be built. Am I right, Josh, on this?
Yes, you are very right, and it's a very beautiful perspective that you shared with us. I really love it. So beautiful.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so that's the idea on this. Any questions at all on the structure or anything about I shared? It would be nice to hear that what I shared it's actually makes sense for you.
Oh yeah, it makes sense. Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it made sense to me too.
Cool. How many people, who is having here Lana 8 Wonder? You?
Yeah, me.
Yeah, I got it as well, Danny.
Okay, cool. Maybe just one perspective. You see, Lana 8 Wonder is very utopic idea. We can agree on that, most probably. But what we have really to understand about Lana 8 Wonder and our position of all of us that we are holding is that one purpose is, of course, we want to get out of it a lot of assets. That's fine, but there's one very important thing, and that is, if you observe financial markets right now, how markets works. Market right now works based on fear. So you can see, some stock is going up, and then in some moment something happens, something happens, and someone get in the fear, and then the whole market can collapse.
Yeah.
And this is the reason, you can also see, when the fundamentals of the companies are the best, when people are over optimistic, then market very often collapse, and vice versa. And that is always because if someone is relaxed and he thinks, okay, now everything is going to be fine, and then something a little bit changes, then that person then you can very easily trigger the fear in the people. And this is why market collapse. They don't collapse because of the fundamentals. They collapse because of emotional drive. And Lana it wonder, and that's what we are building actually, is excluding the fear out of the market. Because look, we are right now in the split 4. There is no one from us that has even thought that the price that is defined, collectively agreed, is not value. It's not right, for example. Yeah. So nobody here has interest to go down with the price and to play with the price, or even that we allow that fear can become part of our driving mechanism in the Lana Wonder. And because of that thing, we are able to create the most stable environment. And that is crucial, because that's what Istvan has shared with you, that we already have started to test in Slovenia this consumer part, Lana pays us. But if we want to really make a big consumer story all over the world and attract, everyone that has money, because we have to attract them, because we should not exclude anyone from that reality, because if we exclude, then we are going to have a war. We don't want to have a war. We want to include and rebuild the whole reality, the whole financial reality. So we have to include them, okay? So now, if we have the most stable system, the most stable price, that is the most interesting for every investor, for every institutional investor. They are just searching where they can put a lot of money, but the market has to be stable. And paradoxically, we might, with that story, what we are building, it can happen that we are actually going to stabilize fiat currency, because we have to have that stabilized. And at the same time, that is growing like crazy, because if it's growing like crazy, then the wealth distribution on the world can happen. Because right now we have like people with just a lot of money, and then nobody else, in the middle there is no one, and then, on the bottom a lot of people. So we have to make this redistribution, but it has to be done in a way that these rich people will not experience as something bad, because it's not. They will still have their money, but we will also grow in the wealth. So Lana Wonder is not only about making you rich, but it's also playing a very important role to stabilizing everything what current markets doesn't have, because we are excluding fear out of the formula. This is something that I wanted to add to that. No?
Yeah, like I said before, for some people, it's like Lana 8 Wonder is like the engine. It's the for the Lana word, and it's like that engine. It's the power, and what really holds the power. So it's from that perspective is also the same thing.
Yeah. So expect really in after you are going to get this Lana pays us in UK. It's a new level. It's a completely new level of Lana experience, of money experience, of everything experience, and people are just going to go crazy once that is going to be in your country, because I can see how things here are moving, and they are moving like crazy. I mean, it's getting the speed like. Whoo-hoo. I always love to set up the services on a way, not that we have to please people, to marketing the idea and so on. If the idea is good, it's going to market itself, People are just going to go mad around it. And that's, to me, that's the proper setup. If you have to, sell, talk, convince people, then you are not. Then you are something doing very bad. That's not the right thing. And yeah, Lana is right now in the position that this has got that set up.
Any questions? Thoughts?
No, I don't think so on this particular. Yeah, it's all pretty straightforward.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Anything else can we talk about? We got some time. If for me it was the presentation of the Lana pays us and bringing that forward. That was the main thing about today. Basically, to bring that more into awareness and what is coming. At the first round, so is we're not going to have too much, and that's why it's also the splits are going to speed up as we let's say forecasting it. Because in the next split we have 1,600 pounds worth in general, like what is going to be available for distribution, right? So that is when that's gone into supporting farmers, shops, whatever, then we automatically go into the next split. So that's general. That's what is being put on your arm, and you've seen it like the new split announcement and how we move forward from here. So it's not going to be defined by us, but it's going to define by itself. So when and how, when we're going into the next split. So, and as you see that like 1,600 pounds is not so much. So, but at the beginning it's just enough, and this is how everything it's here or already and moves as it needs to move. So we don't need to think too big at this stage of bringing big organizations or big shops or whatever. Not even it's not even my energy. It's like more small farms and whatever. So that's my focus. And but at this stage is definitely is just enough. A few farmer, who's selling veggies or milk, whatever, you name it, and they will generate enough revenue on this split. But that will bring more people. You can imagine? It's just starting this, and people will talk because they will talk. It's that's for sure. And the next split, it will happen more and more and more and more. And that's and in the same time, is we building it very mindfully in a way that everything has to start small. We cannot go too big because then it goes out of control, and it's very hard to stabilizing. When you don't know how to ride a bicycle and you go on full speed, and then it can happen an accident.
So do the splits go on and on? Because on Joshua's video, he mentioned up to 18 splits that I was aware of, but do they just keep going?
Look, it's like this. Nobody really knows how many splits are going to happen. Normally, for example, in human body, it happens between 25 and 60 splits, depends also on the cell and so on. So it can happen that we are going to experience in next few 10, 20, 30 years 60 splits, or we are going to experience only 25, 30 splits, Okay. But that actually is not that important. Look, you have to see how the body really truly grows. It starts first slow, and then it goes rapidly up, and then it stabilizes, and then slowly, after 15 years, we the body that we have stay almost for the whole life the same. Now, to us, what is actually important is that we have to bring the whole reality where people use this new way of exchanging money on the level where we are going to use so-called balanced wallets. Current wallets, that what we are having, are not balanced yet, because someone is having like that amount, someone is having like that amount, and that's it. Balanced wallets is something that is very, very similar to lungs. For example, you are breathing air and I'm breathing air. The difference how much air you consume or I consume is almost, I mean, we are actually consuming the same amount of air. Okay, in some moment when we are a little bit more active, that activity changes a little bit. But the logic, how these lungs are working, this should be, in the same logic also with money. So if you are more active, then your wallets can, consume a little bit or create a little bit more of that exchanges. But in general, we are consuming the same amount of let's call it air. This way of logic, this way this way should be also sometimes in the future put it into the money. But we are not there yet, because we experience right now money, or we see on the money, if you don't have money, you cannot survive, you cannot afford that, you cannot afford that. There's so many things, that and our minds are so too much focused on money that first we need to relax our minds. So that what we are doing, this idea of Lana at Wonder has the most important role is to be able that we a little bit relax, so that we are not afraid that there is not enough money for us, but that we know that there is enough money for us. Once we are into that state, into that mindset, then we are going slowly to go into that next level. But I cannot tell, it can happen in 5 years, it can happen in 10 years, it can happen in 20 years. And it's not depends only on few people, but it depends on collective, how we collectively will be able to shift into that. So the splits have very important role, but how many of them are going to happen is not important. But what is important is that feeling that you are guys going to see. For example, Istvan is in split one, I'm in split one. We are here like almost like a year doing on that. Guys, you will see after 1 year, you will for the first time get this feeling in yourself, okay, I now know that things for the money will sort in my life just perfectly. And once you're going to get that feeling, that trust, then things shifts like crazy. You get smile, you get calmness in yourself. And out of that energy, you can create a lot of different things. And that is true abundance. It's not how much money you have on the account, but it's literally having and knowing, having that power and having that mindset in yourself that you can literally do everything, you can achieve everything. And that is the true win for the whole world. That is a little bit behind. It's a little bit more philosophy and spirituality, but however, this is how things really, truly works. And that was everything. Thank you.
When will the pay card? Have you got a release date for that?
You are asking for the pay card for this that is going to have Lana private key and wallet ID.
Yeah, because I think that's going to make things a lot easier.
Yeah,
at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. Look, I will tell you honest, next week I'm going to get some sample on plastic, because right now we have on metal that what is having Krishna, but it's too costly. This is simply too costly. Right. Now we are testing something with the plastic cards. I'm going to see next week when I'm going to go in city. And from there on, I believe things are going to start to roll more towards that direction of the plastic card. So I believe in amount this card should be on the market, and also the new app that we are developing for Lana Pays Us is very simplified. Guys, this is so simple. This is literally like two buttons and that's it, so nobody's going to have the issue. Once you are going to have Lana 8 Wonder and be part of or want to participate into that group or stabilizing that price, be part of that Lana 8 Wonder, then you need to learn a little bit more about the background, how that works. But for the normal people, if they just want to buy and spend it, it's going to be simple.
Super simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Having a card, go and pay as you pay, you shop as normal, and just the end is, it's like presenting your card, or you will get a card if you don't have it yet, and simple registration, and that you will it's like a discount card. Yeah, it's really like from that perspective, and you will have coins available on that you that you can go back on the shop, or other retailers who part of Lana, and you will be able to spend it.
And what is and what is also going to be beautiful example, for example, next split is like split 5, and this split 5 is going, as Ishtan said, go very fast through. I believe in a week or two we are going to be already in split 6. And what's going to happen? For example, someone has bought something for £50 and is going to get back £10. That £10 is going to be worth literally a month later £20. So actually, this discount of 20% is going to become the 40% or £20. So it's going to also to bring attention of people. Okay, how I did got so much, So it's going to have the influence on the motivation of the people.
I got a question, and we've been talking about this, but after we had this discussion this morning, and I also been asked, and how is it going to be, or who's going to finance this, or how is that going to work from the background, or how is the shop will know, or how much they can, spend and share? Can you share a little bit on that?
Yeah, okay, this is my specialty. Actually, I was to whole my life doing with banks and large institutions, especially this type of different financial credit arbitrage, let's call it that way. So here the idea is that we are setting up a new investment vehicle, okay? And this new investment vehicle is, from my knowing, and I have very broad knowing in the finance, is really something that the world is going to just love it, and banks, institutional banks, are going to just love it. So right now, we're financing these first trades are going to be made by some of our private investors that are already in Lana, because in Lana ecosystem there's quite a lot of very rich people already here. It's so interesting to see, all these different people. But yeah, they are very rich, and they are very, very interesting to start to finance that consumership. But that's what we are setting up, and that's what I'm especially exciting about, is to set up the investment vehicle that is going in 1 year go from small investor into the large institutional investors. I just want to work with the largest banks and financial institutions in the world. You know why? Because we should not exclude them. If we are able to include them, then we are going to be able to make a smooth transition of the whole financial system. If we are excluding them, then we are going to fight with them.
Because
we resist. We are going to fail. We're going for sure to fail, because they have too much money. They have too many connections that we can, destroy them. They are not going to allow them. But if we work together, then they don't have problems with that. So we should just work with them, and you will be also happy. You know why? Look, it's very simple. Lana it Wonder, when you get the Lanas that you have to sell, if you are selling these Lanas, because you are not allowed to hold it, you are allowed to hold it only Lana it Wonder. But once it's going out of Lana it Wonder, you have to sell it. And if you are not allowed to hold it for the next split, and the only one that is allowed to hold it for the next split is the investor, then investor is very willing to buy from you Lanas. And this is how you get money. Otherwise, you will not get money. And the investor has the allowance to hold it for one split, and then also he has to sell it. So this is actually creating the flow of the money, and this is exactly what you guys want. So you want that big investors are coming with a lot of money because you are going to sell to them your Lanas. This is how you are going to get fiat cash out, And they are going to be happy because they can get and they can earn out of it. So we are both happy out of it, I don't know what you are going to do with that money. That's your decision. That's not mine, Enjoy life, and I hope that you are not going to go mad. But that's it. But that's your bet, But in general, this is how things will happen, because this is not for me the first time I'm doing that. I already did it 4 times, so it's to me like something I know how to do it.
And the beautiful thing is that it's all connected with what. So it's not just the current. How I see it is the current financial system is just too much focusing on the finance. Like everybody is on the money. It's not seeing the whole picture. What we're doing is we're seeing the whole picture, the whole economy, the whole world, where we live. So we're not destroying the world, but we're rebuilding the world through the finance and through that. And it's currently, like Joshua said, it's stabilizing the current financial system. So the energy will flow towards supporting projects, what's really needs to heal this world. And that's the beautiful thing. Most beautiful thing about it.
Yeah, exactly. And I also believe we have been talking here about sustainability of these shops and organic farmers and so on. Yeah, but we also should not forget on, I'm going to say right now, like on McDonald's, we also need to encourage that McDonald's, I know that is very unlikely that is going to happen, but however, we have to give at least opportunity, So we should set up the model in a way that we say, okay, McDonald's, you can step in, but your incentive is not going to be 20% because you are not doing what the basic idea of organic is, But you can move towards that, So your incentive is going to be 0, but the incentive to your customer is going to be 5%, for example. But if you are willing and you are willing to go towards that direction, then you can apply and get higher incentives, for example, 10 or 15%, so that we motivate everyone, to literally to move towards that direction. So we are not saying you are good, you are bad, we want to work with you, we don't want to work with you. No, we are working with everyone.
Who's willing to change?
Exactly. Who is willing to change and who is willing to make steps towards better and more sustainable future, because that is the interest of the whole humanity. And if you are part of that, then you deserve incentives. If you are not, then you don't deserve incentives. This is how our mindset should be, And the same works also with the banks, Banks tomorrow are going to be part of that story, but the same story is also going to be, if you want to work with towards the idea of the abundance for everyone, then of course you get better incentives. Otherwise, you get not that good incentives. So we should be all motivated to support each other through that.
Very good, very good. thank you for explaining that, because that's made it very clear, and I love that, because again, it's one of the most fundamental thing. If you resist something, and this nature proves us beautifully again, it's like if you resist, you will break. You cannot fight with nature. It's like, it's the most.
You are nature.
Yeah, it's exactly. So it's like flexibility here it's key, and not excluding anything, because when you exclude, then it's that's resistance, and non-resistance here is, and this is beautiful, like how you put this together in a way that literally encouraging through their own, because their desire, their what they see is about the money and how they can get more, and here they can get much more, but they have to do the work,
Exactly.
and they have to be part of the story.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
and that is beautiful, so they can be a really great help on that way.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, the most profitable economy in the future is going to be sustainability. So focus on, focus on that, and everything's going to be fine. So
Aaron will
focus
teach you
on
that word, because he's
Sustainability. I'm a teacher, you see, so. But you're doing really good, really good. I couldn't speak Slovenian or Hungarian, not very well, anyway.
It's all right. So we stay in English.
So it's this week, isn't it, that the fifth split is more or less happening, isn't it?
Probably this week, because I'm just going to share, just that you have an idea how
just
that looks like.
A quick one, just to interrupt you. It says on my screen we've only got 9 more minutes. Is that just me, or is that everybody?
I wanted to say also, yes. So just so we can finish in time, but we've got a few more minutes left.
That's for everybody, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, do continue,
Okay.
Josh. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you can see here my monitor. Do you see it?
Oh yeah. Oh, put my glasses on.
Okay. So this is Lana Watch Us. This is the register that is checking everything. You can go here on all wallets, and you are going to see here all wallets, with the names, So when this market is going to be empty, so that literally means here, up to, around 15 wallets right now, plus minus, are having too many assets on their accounts. So that has to be cleared. And when it's going to be cleared, the split is going automatically to happen. So it's not like, who's going to say, no, just needs to happen. I will just tell you, in last week, it was sold in Slovenia for more than 50 slots. So it was literally cleared almost completely just last week, how these things are clearing very fast. So in 2 days, that is going to be most probably empty. And then we are going to step into the split 5.
Great. Do we, we've got 8 wallets with our Lana 8 Wonder.
Yeah.
Do we just clear one? And this is the first split that I've been involved with.
Look, I will show you how that looks like.
I saw your video, but I couldn't quite understand it all yet, but
okay. You will need few splits to get it, but you will go here on modules. A little bit slow is working. On modules, you will navigate yourself here on Lana 8 Wonder.
Yeah.
And you can even now go to splits. And if you click on that, you will see how much you will take in the next split. You will need to take in the next split out of your wait. What's going on now with me? I have to refresh probably. Okay. So for example, in split 4, I took 30 euros. In split 5, I'm going to take out 62 euros. If you step into the split, you step in the split 4 or 3?
5, I thought was next.
3.
Did
free.
I?
So
The previous one.
yeah,
You signed up in
yeah.
December or something.
So guys, look, from my experience, from my knowing, until the split 7, you are not going, or split 6, you are not going to take any proper amount, you know. And then from split 7, first number starts. So you literally need few splits to wait, play, understand, and then out of that, then things are going to move a little bit more rapidly for you. But what I would like to invite you is in crowdfunding. So each one can share with you the ideas around crowdfunding. So you can come, you can make some project. Now digital beings are coming into the existence in a month. This is a very crazy thing, and you can literally get some cash a little bit before that, you know. So I would encourage you to check and to go into the crowdfunding, because right now in this split, 100%, all project that has been put into the funding, everything was 100% funded. And people got cash out.
Okay.
That's also.
I'm not worried about getting cash out at the moment. I was just thinking of the mechanics of how to actually do the split, because I looked on your video and I followed it through until I got through to my first wallet, and then I wasn't sure whether I was copying the code from my main wallet or from that number 1 wallet, and that's where I got stuck. But I'll call Istvan tomorrow and we'll sort it through.
That was already Danny explained Danny today, because he had the same issue. So it's something maybe it needs to be clarified. I thought that you talked about that. It's like, I think it was on another video where you talked about it, Joshua, that it has to be, it's always whatever wallet you sending from, you have to use the private key of that wallet. So because you're sending it from the Lana 8 on their first wallet, then you have to use the private key of that wallet.
Yeah, exactly. You always need to use the. I mean, the system is going to say it's not the right private key, so then you just focus and go and find the right one, and that's it.
Okay. So it seemed like you were sending it from the first private wallet, sending it back to the same wallet.
No, you are sending. No, you are sending from first wallet to your main wallet.
Ah, right. Okay, that's what I did.
And then from main wallet, you are going and spend it wherever you want.
Yes, so then I saw that bit out. It was just getting over that second bit. I think quite a few people will have a problem with the mechanics of how to do it.
I understand, because this is a completely different world and it cannot be simplified, because, guys, it's not like bank. In the bank, if something happens, bank can go in the backside and do something with your money. Here, you have the only access to your to your Lanas. So nobody can control that, you know. And from that perspective, that is great. But on the other side, you know,
you have to become a banker a little bit.
Exactly, you have to take that responsibility for yourself.
Of course.
You know,
that's sovereign living.
That's how it goes. You know.
Yeah.
Nobody to ask to fix for you, because nobody can't fix for you.
Yeah, that's good. So many things like that now.
We can help you to understand. Of course, that's why we are here. But we cannot do it for you.
It's down to you. Yeah, cool. Lovely meeting you guys. I see there's only 2 minutes left, so just say that now.
Let's.
Well, I'm not meeting you, Istvan. I've met you before.
let's close it for now. Then, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching, listening, and hope it made more clear what we did, what we're doing, why we're doing, and. It's moving forward, because it's really speeding up as we see, and so exciting things coming from here on, where we all can be more active, basically, and start to see as it coming through the mainstream as well.
Thank you guys for everything you do. Good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.
Bye.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.